And
We're
we're
live.
live! Welcome,
Live.
everybody, to the Master Toons Movie of the Week. I am your host this time, as Jack has important real-life commitments, allegedly. David, better known from our new segment as Batmore. With me today, I am joined by Roborm, my trusty sidekick, and my arch-villain Proto-Joker.
Ah,
That's
Kid,
perfect.
mate.
This week, we're talking about the 1998 DreamWorks picture, The Prince of Egypt. This is the extraordinary tale of two brothers named Moses and Ramses, one born of royal blood and one an orphan with a secret past. No, he's not Kalal. Growing up the best of friends, they share a strong bond of free-spirited youth and good-natured rivalry, but the truth will ultimately set them at odds, as one becomes ruler of the most powerful empire on Earth, and the other does some religious garbage. Their final confrontation will forever change their lives and the world, apparently. But we'll get into that. So let's begin. If you'd like to go first, Proto, with your 5 words or less.
Yeah. DreamWorks. This is DreamWorks. What's the word I'm looking for? Oh yeah, This is when DreamWorks masterpiece, along with Kung Fu Panda 2.
George, 5 words or less, please.
Really good, but underwhelming. At times. Forget it. Fuck.
And my 5 words are, why isn't it historically accurate?
you're asking a fucking Bible movie to be historically accurate.
Okay, so we're going to shake things up a little here. We're going to open up with our favourite and least favourite scenes first, and then we're going to discuss those points as we go on, hopefully so we don't give away the entire movie, should you decide to watch it. George, if you'd like to go first on...
The movie is as old as I am. Hell, I'm older than this movie. But my sorry, I forgot to. I have seen this movie before, but I didn't rewatch it for the podcast because I do have a very clear memory of it. And my favorite scene would probably have to be either the plagues or the scene with Ramses confronting like his finding out what happened to his son and the confrontation with Moses in that altar scene. That was exceptionally well done.
Okay.
My least favorite was pretty much like a good amount of the first 20 to 15 minutes, maybe. I mean, it's well animated and well voice acted, but Jesus Christ, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm fucking talking about.
Yeah. Proto, how about your favourite and least favourite scene?
Favorite scene when shit goes down. When least favorite? Yeah, sorry guys, I really have no least favorite scene, but I really love when the plays start to hit and everything starts to going to hell for the characters of Moses and have to worry about what's coming next.
Okay. As for myself, I'm gonna flip the order. I'm gonna start with my least favourite scene, and that is the parting of the Red Sea, which I'll get into later. Yeah, I just don't think it could have been done better. That said, I'm very much with Proto. I don't really have a least favourite scene. It's just, well, we'll get into that.
Yeah.
My favourite scene is where Moses is confronted by the burning bush, because it's basically Val Kilmer talking to himself. For those who don't know, this is a celebrity voice-acted movie, and I'd say about 80% of them turn in damn good performances.
Yeah. Like, this is a very, very well casted movie. You got like people like Val Kilmer, Ray Fiennes, Jeff Goldblum, Sandra Bullock, all these. I forget who it was. Oh, Patrick Stewart.
Patrick Stewart, Helen Mirren. You've even got Steve Martin in this.
Yeah, and Steve
Steve
Martin.
fucking Martin. This is
Steve
like
fucking
the
Martin. And
this
Steve
is like
Martin and Martin Short.
this is the last good film he ever did.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
With that, the intro's a good place to start. So, George, what is it about the intro that kind of turns you off? I mean, normally a film has to grab you within 20 minutes or so, otherwise you do
Uh,
not.
my problem with the intro, not necessarily like the actual opening of the film. The actual opening is really, really cool and really well made, and the music's very good. The turning point is when you see like Ramses and Modus doing whatever the fuck they're doing, like racing and stuff, and then you got more like stuff with Steve Martin and Martin Short. That's what I mean. It just comes off as, for lack of a better word, very, very fucking forced. I really, it's not that like I think of it that I could see it actually working as a thing. Like they're showing the bond between the two brothers of by name, rather than by blood. I get that, but did you have to make it so 90s esque in ancient Egypt?
I wouldn't even say it's particularly 90s-esque. I'd say it's I mean, I get what they're going for with it. I assume you're kind of talking about the chariot race and so on.
Yeah.
With that, it's kind of I think they're trying to get across the old biblical epics, stuff like Ben-Hur and what have you. But yeah, I guess the way it's shot and framed, it's kind of very much the prototypical, archetypical DreamWorks chase/flight scene.
Exactly.
That is a scene that if this was ever given a 3D remake, that'd be the one pushed out in front of you. It's just like, chariot race! They're going a chariot race! The horses are going, rah! Horses! Ah!
Yeah, pretty much.
I'll agree with you there. I don't think it does enough to establish, because Ramses doesn't really seem all that goaded by Moses. He seems just as into it as he is, and I think the setup is meant to be that Moses does goad Ramses and is the one who gets him into trouble. Ramses wants to be the dutiful son, but obviously has that rebellious streak, and you don't really see Moses fan the flames of that as such.
Yeah. Brother, you got any comments?
Nothing. You're nailing my thoughts right now.
I mean, a prime example, I guess, would be if we had if it was done more quietly, like the scene where Moses drops the water bomb on the two religious advisors, and then Ramses just follows and it's like, well, I'm getting in trouble anyway, I might as well do the thing
exactly.
For. Yeah, I think. I'm with you. I get where you're coming from there. More scenes like that as opposed to the big set-piece chariot race, which also does the cliche thing every animated film set in ancient Egypt or referencing ancient Egypt does.
Oh, you mean with the fucking nose?
Yes. Everyone.
Every single one.
Yeah, there is no exception. Every time it's either the flying carpet goes past and the sculptor gets distracted and the nose breaks off.
Exactly. Or like there's a fireworks show after they discover like the Lost Agent Toons or something with fucking Scooby-Doo and fucking shit, and then the firework launches, destroys the fucking nose. Fuck. I hate this fucking cliche. I also fucking hate that garbage shit that is. Fuck. What was I on about?
So, one thing worth mentioning for people who haven't seen this movie as well is that it's a musical. A fair few songs in this. Oh, we lost George for a second. It's me and you, Proto. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what did you feel about the music, the songs?
It's tolerable. It's passable. I'm gonna I've gone on the record a few times saying that I'm not a fan of musicals.
Mhm.
However, the music in here it's passable. I didn't hate it, I but it didn't bought me the minute the song. I will not bash it over, but it still works in the concept of the film.
See, for me, I think the problem is they've got this big epic story and they want to make it a musical to make it kid accessible and compete with Disney. But the songs
Uh,
that there's not a memorable song in the movie. They're all just very, very the dull and the plodding. And, well, the dull and the plodding. They're out of place, but they don't stick in my head.
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, the ambient music is wonderful.
Yeah, seriously.
It sets the pace very well, but the actual songs, I don't think add anything.
Yeah,
Uh,
I kind of
they
see where
don't-
you're coming from.
yeah, they don't take anything away by virtue of being there, but they don't add anything either. The movie could work just as well without them. Which is fair.
Yeah, I kind
It's
of.
yeah,
it's a testament to the movie itself, just not to the songwriting itself.
Yeah, it's honestly, I feel like the only song that kind of worked as both like story wise and as a musical was definitely The Plagues. Because it
Hmm.
actually expresses a lot of the emotion, a lot of the rage, and a lot of the epicness of the death and destruction that's going along. And the lyrics are really well made, and the choir is epic. The sound design is amazing. That definitely needed more scenes like that, more numbers like that, and I think it would have worked a bit better. I mean, again, I forgot to rewatch it for this, but so I can't entirely remember. But I definitely agree with that. Not a lot of musical numbers sticking in your head or something like that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Also, an odd thing it kind of does, and a lot of films at the time did this, and a lot of them still do. When you tend to have kind of these, Middle Eastern, Arabic, African set musicals and whatnot. I don't know if it began with Lion King, but Lion King was the big one that did it. When you cut to the title screen after the intro segment, in this case it's a chariot race, you have the music, and then you suddenly have the people singing and chanting in the background, just out of nowhere, just go, ho! It's like, what? What? Did the Elvis convention walk past and the microphones picked it up? What? Oh, you mean double bacon cheeseburger? It's just, again, it's just one of those weird musical tropes. I guess it's because it sounds kind of epic and like, yes, we mean business.
Yeah.
But it's so strange how it just comes on and cuts.
Yeah, I definitely see where you're coming from.
That said, now let's now move right to the very end of the movie, and then we'll discuss the middle. Well, we'll talk a bit about my least favourite scene, which is the parting of the Red Sea.
Alright.
My
Alright.
my issue with the parting of the Red Sea is it's very beautifully animated, but the build-up is such a disappointment. The payoff is a disappointment. It's
Yeah.
in fact the entire finale. The entire finale comes just. It's like 10 minutes for the entire finale.
Yeah.
It needs longer. You need to build up the tension. You need to build up the drama. And because the middle of the movie feels, well, with biblical epics, you turn two,
Yeah.
2.5 hour long movies. This is an hour and a half movie. And these
Yeah.
miracles come so one after the other, and you've had the amazing spectacle of the light show with the angel of death coming through during the plagues. And
Yeah.
then you get this, and I'm kind of just there like, yeah, it's cool, but show me something new. Not show me a
Exactly.
new animation trick. Show me something you've not built up any tension in the scene. You're just relying on the beauty of the animation to get it across, and as such, I wasn't invested
Yeah.
in getting across the floor, the sea floor of the Red Sea.
Yeah, I kind of know how you feel. In fact, if you want to see that kind of design and idea kind of done extremely well, I mean, I recommend watching Noah. I know I say that a lot, but trust me.
I've
Because
seen
in that
Noah.
movie, Oh yeah, like the thing with that movie, what made it work, when for me at least, was the build up for the flood. They really established that this will not only cause the people's lives to be over, it will cause the families' lives to be over. They set the stakes, and so when it actually happens, and when you actually spend the rest of the movie on the ark, shit gets real, like legitimately really fucking real. I'm not joking when I say I was like shaking in my seat when I saw that. Again, that movie, like I've stated several times on this freaking podcast, that movie nearly gave me a fucking heart attack. I will never, ever forgive Darren Aronofsky for that. Though there is one thing I would forgive him for if he actually did. I would forgive him for if he actually did this. Make David's idea of the Inspector Gadget directed by you. Do that.
Yeah.
Darren Aronofsky's Inspector Gadget. That would be awesome.
The fuck out of that.
But moving on, as Proto said, didn't really have any least favourite scenes. So how about his favourite scenes with the plagues?
Yeah. Yeah, those things are really build up the tension and how everything was going to shit fast and fast. It was like watching it was like watching a disaster in front of you, and they really paid up making it like something bad is happening. I really had to give them kudos for that.
Yeah, they really pushed it, and they weren't afraid to be gruesome with the plagues.
Yeah, seriously.
It's like when they showed the weeping, they actually drew the character models with the weeping sores, and little touches like that kind of really sold quite how dire this was.
Yeah.
As well as just being a beautifully animated sequence. I mean, I know kind of combination of 2D and 3D animation. You can do a lot of stuff that you couldn't do with purely 2D, like when they showed the plagues of locusts and the toads going up the steps, and how many individual. And they're not hundreds in that scenes. There are thousands of individual moving elements in those scenes.
Exactly. It's beyond impressive. It's a spectacle to your eyes, and it's a technical masterpiece.
Especially for 1998.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, the technology's moving so fast, it'd be easy to do something like that now, but the workarounds must have had to come up with, I mean, personally, my favourite plague was the killing of the firstborn. Just made. It just sounds kind of sick, you know. Oh yes, my favourite curse upon your house was. No, I like that one simply for the kind of delicious irony of it, where what drove Moses to leave and find himself and eventually become leader of the Hebrew people was finding out that his supposed father did kill all the Hebrew children, and then Moses comes along. Yeah, and his justification was it's for the greater good, and Moses comes along and does the same thing for the greater good. What really sells that for me, though, is the scene right after he's spoken to Ramses, and he just breaks down after that. It sells it as being like that's the line he did not want to cross, and he regrets having to cross it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really sells that. It'd be very easy to just have me like, oh, we're here, come on now, la la la, honey and milk.
No, but the way they handle it is a very, very fucking mature way to do it. Like, they could have, like, one simple mistake in that scene would just ruin the whole thing. But the execution of it all is just brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, I was really surprised that they actually took the more mature way instead of trying to imitate Disney when everyone was trying to do it back in the day.
Exactly.
But it's overall, it's an interesting film. And the other thing I wish I spent a bit more time on was Moses coming to terms with his identity, because kind of just time skip it. You have a bit of a song, and then it's just what's the song? It's something like, "Oh, woven into the tapestry, your life is not your own. Only with greater purpose will you discover your true purpose in life. Ah. Surrender yourself to the higher power, and you can quit alcohol."
Yeah.
Oh wow, the higher power took George. But oh, it brought him back. I didn't pray hard enough.
Oh shit! Just shut up. Let's just get the final thoughts.
Fucking bastard.
There's a little bit more I think worth discussing here, like again the miracles.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you. Like they should have like focused a bit more time on Moses' backstory and stuff. Like him coming to terms with who he is and stuff. But again, like this is like an impressive spectacle, and it's a miracle that's like over 90 minutes and nearly over like 100 minutes, because with the amount of effort that they had to be putting into this, it kind of makes sense for its length. And hand-drawn animation is one of the hardest, most time-consuming mediums to do next to stop motion. I'm not saying like CGI and Flash doesn't take a lot of effort. It does, but hand-drawn stop motion are the hardest ones and most time-consuming, so it kind of makes sense. But I would have liked to see more coming to terms, like the realization of what has happened over the years and how he like grips with his ideas, and how he like realizes like most of his life he's been with the people that have been enslaving his own kind, stuff like this. So I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets over it quickly because he's grown a beard. Beard absolves you of your sins. So speaks Jesus. No, you can go. You never even touched a razor. But
hey, I've touched a razor.
All right, cutting yourself during your emo phase doesn't count.
See this right here? This grows all the time. I have to shave this every month or so. Oh,
every month. George, when I was 12, I had a full fucking beard. I'll find the pictures and show you sometime. I'm not exaggerating. I did. I am not impressed by your bum puff, sir. You want a beard that absolves you of sins? I'll have a beard that absolves you of your sins. Maybe that's it. Maybe Moses grows facial hair like I do, and maybe that much time really didn't pass. Maybe he did just get over it overnight.
Maybe. Most likely. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if that was the actual explanation. Really.
So, I'm kind of curious from your guys' perspective. How do you think this film handled the story, and in particular the fact that they actually included God and the representation of him as just kind of this unknowable
ballsy, like
light?
Yeah, it's just. I'd say it's kind of ballsy to even include God in the first place, because when you're tackling like the ideas of having God as a character in your movie, you have a lot on your hands. If you make one simple like change, mistake, or just anything, you are going fucking down. But I'd say the representation of him is actually pretty cool, and I think that's kind of what it would actually be like in that time period, and what kind of like the best representation of that idea of what is God. Because God himself, like, we try to come up with figurations like a person or someone we've envisioned, but I feel like the representation of him just being a piece of light, or just like a guy, someone who speaks to you in your sleep and just doesn't like show his presence at all and just speaks words, that really is a good route to go with this kind of stuff.
Yeah. And how about you, Proto? Any thoughts on God
Meh.
as a beam of light?
Meh. I'm gonna be honest. I really didn't give a care. I didn't care for it. It to me God is something. It's something I really don't think that seriously unless it brought something to the table. But if but I really thought of him as the way they as George described him. But I just don't. It just didn't impress. It just didn't impact me as more as it should.
See, I think I actually quite like it. I like the idea of until he's enraged, he has the more subtle approach that it's the quiet, comforting light and the dulcet tones of Val Kilmer telling me it's just like, take your shoes off, man. Just chill out, relax. I used to be Batman, you know. It's good times. The Saint was shit, but hey, I just wanted the paycheck. It was good as Jim Morrison in that Doors movie. You know, yeah, I've put on a few pounds, but I can relax now. I'll tell you about the time I got a kiss Robert Downey Jr. I like the idea of God being like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm British, so ergo my very Britishness precludes the existence of God in my mind. A nation of atheists! Proper. Darwin's on our money, for Christ's sake. See? Darwin! Scientists! And pirates. They go on adventures together. But, yeah, I really enjoyed their representation of God, kind of away from the typical big bearded white dude in a robe. Which, if you believe that's God, that must be a mind fuck watching The Big Lebowski.
I still need to finish that.
Well, on that note, anyone got anything else to add? Or are we going to go on to final thoughts?
I think final thoughts.
Okay, final thoughts. If you want to go first, George.
I kind of, from what I remember of this movie, I kind of feel this movie about the same way I feel about this movie is kind of the same way I feel about Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame, is that it's a gorgeously animated movie. Some of the music is not very memorable, but it's still very good. There's a lot of stupid shit in there, but it's still like a very impressive piece. If you haven't seen it, I'd recommend watching it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Proto?
Yeah. Like Gio said that film has some of the top-notch animation I seen in the 90s now, and the music it's really beautiful to hear and some of the characterizations were fine. However, like I said, I'm not a big fan of the songs because they really didn't impact me. But others can disagree if they want. It's just my opinion. So I give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Okay. As for me, well, what can you say? The Prince of Egypt. Film in which a rich, spoiled kid decides he is the sole moral arbiter of right and wrong, based on knowledge that a voice from the heavens gave him. And he decides the entire society is wrong for not coming to what he believes, only to later into the film resort to the same tactics he was rebelling against. But it's okay when he does it, because he's in the West for good. In other words, Moses is Jonathan McIntosh.
Nice one, man.
Okay, on that note then, this is where you can find us. You can find more of my material via Twitter at RelicZan or on YouTube at Relic in Profile. And George, where can we find you?
Baum,
George?
where are you?
Boom.
Oh, sorry. If you want more of my stuff, I'll continue.
Yeah, continue. Go on.
Okay. If you want to find me, like I said in the previous podcast, you can follow me at my Facebook page, DNL's Critic, Facebook/DNL's Critic, where I do movie reviews and movie news occasionally. And I also, I haven't done a review in a while. I just said again, I haven't done a review in a while, but I will be definitely doing it soon. But I do have a legitimate reason to why I haven't done a review then. It's because January to March is a fucking dead zone. I am sick of this happening. God.
No, it's because he's as indecisive as a woman and has decided that he still can't pick his top 20 from last year. And he's still working on
my
that.
top 20. Honey, I can repeat my entire top 20 right now if you want me to.
Chill. Save it for the viewers. Give them reasons to
I got it right here. I got my Microsoft Word. I'll share it right now.
If you say it ahead, they're not going to come to your page, and then you're not going to get that sweet Facebook money.
That's true. That's life.
You have any social media presence or recommendations you'd like to share with us?
Yeah. If you want to talk to me, follow me on YouTube by the account of Pro245. It's not that hard to find. Just type Pro245 and you'll find me.
Excellent. You can also find our good friend Ryoga, who produces the Master Toons Extended podcast by youtube.com/Ryoga316. And don't forget to come find us on Facebook, the facebook.com/groups/Master Toons Assembled. And yes, that has been the Master Toons Podcast Movie of the Week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week, where our movie of the week is a complete and utter mystery.
Ooh.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, and goodbye.
See ya.
Toodles.
Hey yo.
Go off, guys. I can't hold this pose for much